But yeah, that's been my summer. Oliver, I know you've had a pretty eventful
I had a
summer.
very exciting summer.
Why don't you tell
Over
them?
100 games broadcast, post-22 baseball, Rapid City, South Dakota. Traveled like 5 states to do it.
Wow. You travel with the team?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It's a club ball situation. It's American Legion baseball, so it's like high school all-star kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's from like your specific region, you know. It's kind of like travel plus Little League kind of deal. Like you're in the same area code and you have to, you know, you're probably from the same community going to similar high schools, but not necessarily the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
44-time state champs.
Wow. They won this year?
Wow.
No.
Oh.
Dang.
I heard you make was it a game-winning call, league-winning call?
There were 5 walk-offs this year.
Wow.
We saw the
I
one.
We saw the one that you posted on
Saw the
Instagram.
one,
Thank you.
I tuned in.
Yeah,
a
that's
couple
right
of
there.
times.
With how hot their sticks are.
Good.
If they get the right one.
That's true. Both of these men have homers in this tournament. Good hit one 371 over the Watiki board and left in senior night. Pitch, Walters delivers, it's hit high and deep into left! Going back is the left fielder, it's out of here! They win the firecracker! Those 22 hard hats are your 2023 48th annual firecracker champions! 2-run homer from Harrigan! They do it! They win it 5-4!
Yeah, we're gonna put insert that right there.
We didn't swear ever.
Good.
I'm cool.
Good. Nico would have failed.
I got
the
close
first
a few
day.
times during the state tournament when they were letting me down.
Yeah, I
That's
definitely would have.
disappointing. But
Nico, when there's a hit right back at the mound, oh.
yeah, but that's exciting. Are you gonna be calling for them next year, or is
I
this a
might.
one-time
I'm
thing?
still looking at it. I'll see what else comes up, but that's the plan at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you get to produce, you get to do social media, you get to broadcast 100 games. It's the best place you can probably learn. So,
That's a great
what did
thing
you
to
do?
put on your resume.
Did you have a job this summer?
If you consider DoorDash a job,
That counts.
I was DoorDashing all
Do you have any
summer.
fun stories from DoorDash?
Not a lot from DoorDash.
You get into like a knife fight or something?
No, nothing that crazy. Surprisingly,
In Idaho.
yeah, but I was camping a lot. I floated down the Boise River and I almost
Ooh.
drowned, so that was
Oh,
cool.
Tell us.
The store. Okay, so I was going floating down the river, and so there was a big boat we had, and then there was a tiny little like tube that we had, and I was riding down with me and my stepbrother. We were floating down the river, and he's like, "Well, we were gonna put the cooler in this tiny tube, but you can sit in it if you want." And I thought, hey, that'd be cool. I thought it would be cooler to sit in the tiny tube that he hadn't used in years, but I sat in the tube. And there's like mini rapids, so we went down the first one.
Uh-huh.
It was a little scary. I was all right, you know. I was like, okay, yeah.
The
we're
mini
doing
ones
good.
mess you up because they've got all the
Yeah.
rocks right there.
Yeah. It hit my butt, but you know,
You're
but
a big boy.
Yeah. But the water, it wasn't that bad. It was really cold.
Mhm.
Half my body was like covered in water, but it was fun. I was having a good time. And then we went over the second rapids, and that one I was like, oh, that was just fine. But then I just hear, and I just see bubbles like floating up, and the tube had popped. So then I had to like struggle and try to get into the other tube.
And that's really hard to
into
do
other
in the
boat.
middle of a running river.
Yeah, it was difficult. Luckily, it was like kind of a more calm part, but yeah, it was pretty. I mean, it was kind of scary, but we were able to get there in time. But yeah, so
Nice.
then we had to cram the
Lovely.
boat ride all the way.
We did the
back.
equivalent of like sitting in the basket of a pickup truck.
Yeah,
Pretty
down
much,
down a raging river, down the
Yeah.
Boise River. Yeah.
I did a 2-hour
Up a hill
rafting
and you
trip
fell
once.
out the car.
What?
It's like if you went up a hill and you fell out the car.
Exactly.
Or down a hill.
Well, I don't know. Down a hill.
Yeah.
Because you
It's
can't
up,
stop
yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
I had to save somebody from the middle of a genuinely hard rapid once.
No.
I did a 2-week like overnight kind of situation rafting trip when I was in 7th grade, I want to say.
Boy.
And so when I was doing that, there was a girl in another group that we were going down the Colorado River, so a real river, you know, serious rapid situation. We got to the hard part. She got knocked out. The instructor went, like, it was like, it wasn't like, we weren't doing starboard or something like that, but it was like heave or something like that, and we just kept on going. Had to pull her straight out the rapids. She lost her bag, but it didn't matter at that point.
Yeah, she came out with her life.
Yeah, Team Banana Boat was a good one. And so that was a fun story. I got lost in the mountains on that trip.
Oh, wow.
Sounds
We
like
were
a
all
very
climbing,
eventful
and I
seventh
was
grade
lost
trip.
for 2 hours. And they sent people out to find me. And then I just showed up at camp, and they were like, oh, where were you?
Well,
And I'm
so
like,
they
I went
sent the
down the
search and
wrong
rescue?
way. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. You
Was
do any?
this, when was this?
7th grade.
I went on a 7th grade trip with this.
You did not hike. or
No,
go
it
camping.
was work. Or no, we went camping. It was this thing. It was with school. It was this thing called Boojum that we went on, and
Boojum.
yeah, it was a weird company, but they were fun. They were like a week to like maybe like a week and a half trips, and for my 7th grade one, we went to the Hoover Dam, and then we started there, and then we rode for like a week, like every day. And we'd stop at like different places to like, look at stuff. And yeah, it always happened at like the beginning of the year. I personally hated it because
A rafting trip?
it wasn't really rafting because the waters were really like,
Yeah, it wouldn't be that crazy out
yeah,
by the coast.
they were like very, very just.
But you were on a
chill,
boat.
but I was on like a little,
Kayak?
Canoe?
Canoe?
Kayak, and we were just.
Was this like a school trip or was this like a family trip?
It was a school trip.
Oh.
Oh.
They
They
did
just
it
saw us
every
way
year.
over.
So
Kayaks, yeah.
we did in 6th grade, 7th grade,
Oh.
and 8th grade. And
I
then
went to an
high
Indian
school.
reservation instead.
For 6th grade, I went
School didn't have
hiking.
anything of the sorts, but you guys both went to private schools, didn't you?
Yeah, we went.
not or for middle school I did. I didn't for high school.
Yeah.
We went hiking in Sahoya, I think it's called, or
That's-
something
yeah.
like that. In the Sahoya Mountains, and during our hiking, we were carrying like 50 to like 100-pound bags
Mm-hmm.
of stuff.
Normal
And-
backpack.
Yeah, well, I don't really know,
Yeah.
but because I don't really go hiking that much.
Okay.
But we had to hike around like 20 miles in 3 days or something like that. And so, during one of those days, it was my birthday, and as we're hiking during my birthday, a massive hailstorm just comes in. So we have to
Nice.
sit on our bags and like put our hands over our head, just so the hail didn't hit us.
Is that
in
why
the
you're afraid of
face.
thunder?
No, I just always have been. I don't really
Okay.
know why.
It's like a dog in 4th
We
of
had
July.
we had a thunderstorm last night. And Nico,
Aw.
Nico
There was a
not happy.
thunderstorm.
I wasn't
Yeah.
like, not like
I was
not
not so
happy
worried about
though.
that.
It's gotten better. I'm not like. oh,
Yeah, you're not like
there's
under the
thunder.
bed. Like,
I'm not, like
head over
scared.
covers.
Yeah.
Insert that TED scene.
I just don't enjoy it.
I don't know if we can do that, but
But no, I'd say I don't enjoy them. You know.
Yeah, that's fair.
somebody-
It's never been something I've been afraid of.
oh yeah, you guys moved into a new place.
We did.
All
yes.
of us moved into our first ever apartments.
Yep.
Correct.
Brand new places.
You guys have anything to share that you've figured out in your new apartment?
Well, we had a bird problem.
Oh yeah, this is a good story.
Huge bird problem. So, my roommate Max came a day before I did. So when he arrived, he was showing his dad around the apartment. He goes, "Okay, so this is our living room. This is our dining room. Here's the kitchen. Let me show you this little part outside. It's nice. It's our little patio." So he opens the door, looks down, and sees a bird, and slams it immediately before the bird almost flies in. And so we're looking on the patio. So I arrive the next day. He tells me about it. I look out on the patio. Our patio is covered in bird poop. Just covered. And there's one, a live bird there. And
There's
then
a nest
another.
in the corner
There's a nest
Oh,
in the
okay.
corner,
of the
and there's a
patio.
bird there. And
They've
then we
inhabited
think-
the patio.
yeah,
Okay.
and we think that there was a little dead bird next to it, but we couldn't tell. And so
Get out the broom.
basically,
Yes.
me and Max said to each other is, look, they're not paying rent. let's get him out of here. So we went down to maintenance. We said, hey, we have a bit of a bird problem. Can you guys come and like sort this out? And they're like, yeah, we got you. So they come in. So Max doesn't even have a chance to say,
Goodbye.
hey, there's a bird out there. You know, like, don't open the door too quickly, otherwise the bird's going to fly in. The dude just opens the door, closes it, has an open trash bag, grabs the live bird, shoves it in there,
The bag.
grabs the trash, closes
You
the
were
trash
there.
bag.
No, I've just heard the story and I saw
Okay,
a picture of the
okay.
bird
Closes
in the
the
bag.
trash bag and then just walks out the room. He's like, oh yeah, we'll be right back. We're just going to clean the patio. So they come in, they clean the patio, and me and Max are like, what just happened? But whatever. The bird's gone. We don't care. There's no nest. Our patio looks decently nice. Whatever. Anyways,
Did
it's
it
not
come
the end of the
back?
story. Next day, we look out in our patio. There's a little nest forming again. Then we look and we see, oh my god, the bird's back.
Yeah, they do that.
So,
Yeah.
luckily it was a little nest, but this was...
Is this just like a common pigeon?
It was, no.
Like a songbird? What are we
I
feeling?
don't really know.
Do you have a picture
It has
of
to
it?
be one of the.
I'm a good bird identifier.
It has to be one of the ugliest birds.
It was really ugly.
It's like in rough shape.
Here's a photo of the bird.
Like I don't think it could
I
fly.
think. If he has one.
I don't think the
Here's a
bird can
photo.
fly anymore. Like it was a rough.
No, it
Oh, no,
could
he's on the
fly.
second floor, right?
So here's what happened.
Right, yeah, I can fly.
No, we're on the third floor.
Third
But
floor,
What
so-
happened was we came back, and this is when we had our friend Andy over, and so we all just started banging on the window. And for a minute, the bird didn't move, and then it heard it more, and then it moved, and then it got up, and then it flew out, and we're like, oh, it's gone. So
Not gone.
So we're like, okay, it's gone. Cool. If it comes back, we can just do the same thing. Yeah, that wasn't the case.
Just
Now-
continually banging on the
Now
window for
it
months.
resides on top of the light.
Oh, that's
Yes.
an easier place.
But here's the
That's
thing.
better.
It is not the same bird because we banged on the thing.
Is it is it a prettier bird?
No. We made lots of
Some rough
noise,
birds that live
but
here.
this bird is not afraid of anything. Also, Max put an owl on the floor, so that might be it.
It's
But,
spooky. They don't like that.
but also,
Axel
this
says
bird,
traps he wants to lay out.
yes,
Bird
this
traps?
bird
But he wants
only comes at night and refuses to leave. Like it is either deaf or something. It is like
It just doesn't care.
It's
Or
not
it's just,
afraid of
or it
anything.
has eggs there still.
Maybe.
And
I
it
just
has
think
to
you guys
protect
should
them.
take a broom and just whack
Yeah.
it and just do it yourself.
Yeah, but
Because now you guys are at the point
It's
where
gonna
you're-
keep coming back.
the
Bird
maintenance
sickness
request is
just the
going to be to
worst
get rid
one.
of it.
yeah,
It's
I
gonna
mean,
come
just
back. You
bird
either that or you
sicknesses are the
mace
worst
it.
ones, though.
You can
That's why
mace
you
it.
hit it with a broom.
Or you mace it.
Yeah, do you have any mace laying around?
I don't know.
That's a young, vulnerable boy.
Yeah, so that's the bird dilemma at their house. Yeah, it was still there last night. Yep, there's me on the raft.
Aww.
Yeah, that was after it popped.
Let me see if I can find this bird.
I don't think we have a picture of that bird, but...
If you ever get
Oh, yeah, there's the bird.
he just carved.
There's the bird being liberated, yeah.
I still haven't been over.
Yeah, you have to check it out.
I know, my new
Yeah.
apartment, the door on my room doesn't, like, it's a sliding door.
Yeah, you don't have, like, an actual, like, lock.
Yeah, you talked to Raina?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, yeah. I was, because she came over and saw it, but it unrolls.
Yeah.
Because the room is ever so slightly built downhill.
What?
Or some way it's downhill.
Gotcha.
Maybe something like that. It just naturally does that, and it's a problem.
Yeah, that was the nest.
I don't know if.
Oh, that thing's still got stuff in it. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that-
for sure. That's definitely got something in
That
it.
was at the beginning. That's it's gone now, right?
Yeah, they packed that up.
Okay.
So that
So
might
they're
be the bird
restarting
being
it?
like, where did my nest go?
I
Yeah.
get it. I get it. And then in my room, what is it? I'm having trouble with the trash. They're very particular at this new place about the trash.
Does it depend on how much it weighs, like
No.
the bag? No.
No,
What do you mean?
you can't put an empty bag out in the hallway. You can't put an unbroken down box. You can't put the whole bin out there. You have to have the bin with the thing in the bag, and then it has to all be out there, and then you have to bring it in within 3 hours or they'll fine you.
What?
Or they'll find you.
That's bizarre.
I have not.
For us,
I
if-
can't figure it out.
If
For
ours
us, we
is
have to
too
put
heavy,
it between like 5 and 7 o'clock on
it's
like some
really
days,
late, and then
it's,
somebody
like,
just comes to your door
really
and picks it up. But if it's too heavy, they won't take it.
Do they have like
Yeah.
a scale?
No,
I
I'm not
don't
sure.
know. It's just if they can't lift it up, like, and
No.
they think it'll leak.
Or rip.
Yeah,
They don't
then
want it to
won't-
rip.
They won't do it.
Yeah, but we've.
Which is really weird because they carry around a huge trash can anyway, so it's.
Yeah, but there's a
in there,
dumpster
but-
near us. There's a recycling thing.
Yeah, so whenever they don't take down the trash, I kind of just go.
Take it in ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, but.
So my new apartment's got something also fun. It is Derby, which you might know. It's like 3 blocks from here, and it is located across the street from Cobra Arcade and down the street
Nice.
from a nightclub. And last night at 11:52, I could hear a, we'll just say, not so stellar rendition of Streetlight People, also known as "Don't Stop Believing."
Oh, gotcha.
At nearly midnight from the karaoke area of the nightclub, and it does
Wow.
not get better on weekends. And to add insult to injury, starting at 5 a.m. every day, there is a building being made in the alley next to us that they're constantly like nailing in
There's
stuff.
construction right by it.
And it has not been pretty, as you can probably tell. Look at the eye bags on that. And,
Not getting good sleep there.
naps are gonna have to be my friend because that's the only time you
Until
really
that
can
construction's
sleep.
done. What are they building there? It's right across from Taylor Place.
It's
or
not
GoPro.
pretty. Oh no, it's different construction. Ours is behind the building.
Oh, then I'm wrong.
Yeah, mine is literally about 40 feet away from
That's right.
the building. It does have a pretty pool though, a nice rooftop thing. You'll get to see that Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have a
Fantasy
pool.
draft coming up.
Mm-hmm.
The CBS League.
Yeah, the NFC Phoenix League.
Yeah,
Phoenix
we
League.
have a pool. Is it?
We
back
do.
in-
Our pool was, when we got there, it was perfectly blue. It was really nice.
Beautiful.
And then overnight, it turned into a swamp. And it was really green. Couldn't see the bottom. It was really green. Really green.
Cut that out.
We gotta cut that out.
We are?
Yes.
It was really green. So they filtered it out, but now it's all better.
You want to restart that?
No. I'm just gonna
pool-
bleep it.
Yeah.
I'll cover up my mouth with a little black bar.
Okay. Well, let's resume.
Alright.
Do we want to discuss football?
I suppose it's preseason.
Did did anyone
I went
see
to the Chiefs
news
game the
about
other day.
Caleb? Did anyone see the news about Caleb Foster? Sorry.
Who was that?
The Titans' first-round pick. Their corner.
Caleb Farley.
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 Sorry.
Oh,
not Foster,
okay.
Sorry.
Is it Farley? What's his last
What did he do? Did he gamble
some
on like
shooting.
something?
No, actually, his house exploded overnight.
Oh. Do we think it's
yeah.
arson?
His father died in the house explosion. I actually didn't know that
That's
until just
terrible.
now. Yeah. One person died and another was injured in a suburban Charlotte home owned by Caleb Farley.
Yeah. He wasn't a first
when
round
it
pick this year.
exploded
He's been
overnight.
That's still terrible. Father died in the.
Yeah, I didn't know that either until it just said.
It's the only important news the Titans are gonna have
I have
this year.
and on
That's
a more
crazy.
lighthearted trajectory.
Wow.
I just came to the realization over the summer that Jason Pierre-Paul has been doing a forks up for the last 8 years,
Crazy.
What?
He has 4 fingers.
and his index his ring is missing.
Because he played with fireworks.
So he's
Safe over the 4th of
forks
July.
up.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
There you go.
Is Jason Pierre-Paul even playing? Is he still in
Yeah,
the
he's,
Bucks?
he's still on the Bucks.
Wow.
They paid him a lot.
Yeah, him and Shaq Barrett got paid. That team's gonna be bad too. Who do we have? Who are our favorites out of each side this year?
Oh, out of each side?
Out of each side.
I don't think the Eagles will repeat. I think that they're after paying Jalen Hurts, they had to lose a few guys on the defensive end. I think they're not going to be able to be the same with a paid Jalen Hurts.
But the NFC is so bad.
I think that
There's like 2 or
Oh,
I
there's like
think
2 or
the
3
Niners
teams.
are due to breakthrough.
Yeah, I think the Niners.
If their QBs can stay
It could be
healthy,
either the Niners,
as long as Trey Lance doesn't have to start.
the Niners or the Eagles, and the Cowboys would be like the top 3. But yeah, that's never gonna
Cowboys.
happen.
Cowboys.
Or
So Dak,
it could be,
it's never
or it
gonna
could
happen.
be a
Can you settle a debate
shocker.
for us? Can you
Yeah.
settle a debate? Who's better, Russell Wilson or Dak Prescott?
At this moment in time, Huh.
We
Tua.
have to be. Okay.
I think both of them are on the decline and cost too much.
Okay, do you think Russ will have a better year this year than last year?
Fantasy wise or
That was
team
not.
success?
That is not what we were arguing.
I remember it was something
That is
we were arguing.
no. We were arguing who's better.
No,
you
but we
said
also-
Russell Wilson's better than Dak Prescott, which is blasphemy.
Skill wise, well, Russ is having a way better
Russ-
career.
Yes,
No,
that's
we're
not the
talking
question.
career. We're talking year. This
Russ
next
is
year.
not-
This next year,
He struggled versus the Cardinals in preseason versus their
I don't
backups.
know. I'm gonna go with Russ because
No.
Cooper Rush.
No.
Cooper Rush
No.
went like 6-0,
Yeah.
and he's awful.
I can't
And he
take
still
that
won all those games.
Dak is not as good as he is, but he's
Neither
better
of them
than
are
Russ.
good.
Russ is bad. Russ is like really
Both
bad.
of them are
look,
bad.
I was a
Russ holds onto the
huge-
ball for like hours, and his O line's terrible.
He also has,
Okay,
like,
at least
no-
he doesn't
no
throw
receivers.
30 million
He
interceptions.
has receivers.
Cortland Sutton's always hurt.
Sutton,
Judy
is
is
Judy.
also injury prone.
Yeah.
Tim Patrick did get
Tim
hurt.
Patrick's out for the
He has
season.
Greg Dulcich,
Oh, he does.
Oh,
Greg Dulcich.
Adam
Yeah.
Troutman.
Yeah, the best
Adam
tight end of the
Troutman.
and he also had a very solid running game last year
Okay.
until Javante
okay.
got hurt.
Yeah.
And
So
he's still-
Javante got hurt.
But you just wanted to blame it all on the coach, but you don't realize Mike McCarthy's coaching the freaking Cowboys, and Dak is doing A-okay.
Nathaniel
Oh,
Hackett's
Cooper
a
Rush.
much worse coach.
Cooper Rush.
Yeah, but
He might be a better offensive coordinator, but God, he's
Nathaniel?
a terrible head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, he's got the what's the name of the Josh McDaniel syndrome? He's a really good coordinator, just can't. Or Matt
yeah.
Patricia. Matt
Just not a
Patricia's
leader.
another
Yeah.
good one.
Some people just aren't leaders.
Matt Patricia is a really good DC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was saying. We were saying good
Was he-
coordinators, bad
was
coaches.
He,
He
was
was.
he a coach or an offensive coordinator? Because I remember
He was
people.
a
Patricia?
defensive
Defensive.
coordinator for the Patriots
Yeah.
when they won like 3 or 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Well, this last year.
Oh no, he was a coach.
He's still
he was not a
he's
head
still
coach.
defensive coordinator.
He
Was
was
he
a
still?
head
Because
coach
I
2
remember
years ago
people-
on
He was
the
a Lion.
on the
He
Lions.
was the Lions
I
head
remember
coach.
people getting mad at him last year. I
Yeah,
think
he-
it was
he's-
him because Mac Jones was getting visibly mad at him.
Oh yeah, he's not the defensive coordinator anymore.
Yeah, I think he's offensive.
I think they
Yeah,
they
he
did that, and
switched.
he's awful.
Yeah, he's really. I
He's
think he's the play
really
caller.
He's
Yeah,
still a
it
very
is.
good DC. They just don't use him right.
Yeah, but who's their DC now?
Oh, that guy's actually not bad.
Sure.
What do they have? I mean, they have.
Oh,
is
it's
it,
a former player, I think.
Is it the guy who's the Giants coach
No,
for the year? What was his name? The
I don't
special
think
teams
so.
guy.
I'm gonna
We gotta
pull this
pull
up
this
real
up.
quick.
I mean, they're not going to win many games.
I
either.
mean, look,
They're gonna
I
win, like,
don't think
7
we're
and
going to
10.
judge everyone off their first preseason game. I mean, CJ Stroud was. Yikes.
I got to go to the
Um,
Cardinals game and the Chiefs game. That was
How
fun.
was that?
It was genuinely very cool. I liked it a lot.
The Cardinals
Um,
Stadium is amazing.
Yeah, it's
Really
very
nice.
very nice to go
Really?
to. Yeah, you got to go to
Super
it.
I've never
nice.
been.
It's
Super
really
nice.
pretty.
Their
It's a feat of
Jumbotron-
engineering.
It's crazy.
Uh-huh.
It's beautiful.
It's a
I
4-level
went
stadium.
I went when Green Bay played Arizona Thursday Night Football. Rasul Douglas had a pick six to win the not pick six, but a pick to win the game.
Oh, I remember this.
when the
against
Cardinals
AJ
were
Green.
8-0, yep, when his controller disconnected. I was there.
That's
It was-
awesome.
It was an awesome game.
Well,
Was that before you were here?
I got to see
Yeah.
Mahomes.
Yeah.
He
That
made
was
a good
before
he
I
made a
went to
goodish
TCU.
pass, made some good
I heard he
plays.
only played for half a quarter.
I was told a full half by my father, and now my trust with him is severely damaged.
Why would you play Mahomes for a whole half?
Because
Yeah,
it's
that
the
was
final.
something
I
I
thought they were gonna rest him next week,
Oh, yeah.
and then they would just play him. I didn't
Speaking-
realize that they got a whole week off.
Yeah.
Speaking of quarterbacks playing, Aaron Rodgers is supposed to play week 3 of the preseason
Mhm.
versus the Giants. How do you
Zach
feel about
Wilson
that?
genuinely did kind of
Zach
well.
He looks
Wilson
really
is
good.
looking crazy.
I think maybe Rodgers is teaching him good things. They like each other.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd hope he is. I mean, he wasn't doing that in Green Bay.
yeah, that's what I'm
but
saying. Jordan Love got none
Listen,
of
listen. Look at Love now. He's playing well.
Is he?
okay?
He played.
He's playing
one
well.
Good game.
He's played 2 good games. He played really good versus the Pats.
it. Here
as
is
well.
a
Week 18.
medium.
Huh?
Week 18.
He didn't play week 18.
What was it?
He played week. He
Like-
played week like 13 versus
Yeah,
the
12,
Eagles.
something like that.
He started a game versus the Chiefs, COVID year when A-Rod had the whole COVID fiasco, where he lied about being vaccinated,
Mm,
and he played versus the Chiefs and he was not good. But they blitzed him every single play.
yeah.
And, yeah.
Well, speaking of which, Pro Bowl quarterback Tyler Huntley, doing all right on the Ravens.
forgot.
Did you see that
I forgot that
Commanders
happened.
interception? Also, the streak has been broken.
Yeah.
Ravens, who won 24 straight preseason games, finally
Yeah,
lost
done.
versus
Yeah.
the Commanders.
There's the pick right there.
There's the pick. Yeah, Joey Sly, 56-yard field goal to win.
Woo!
I'm pretty sure.
Joey Sly is a
My
dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but
He's also a little guy, but
he's a kicker. Yeah.
well, some of them are big.
He's a little short ginger.
Justin Tucker's like 6'3".
Do you see that clip of Justin Tucker getting into the fight at the shared practice?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, some dude threw a punch and he just like puts on his helmet and then sprints in there. It's really funny.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah, he just.
He was ready.
What
for
else?
that.
There was another fight at the Bills, right?
It was no. I mean, I know the Jets had a huge.
Every team was fighting.
Every team.
The Chargers were
Green
chill.
Bay and the Pats had one. Green Bay and the Bengals had one. And they fought.
The Bills
The
fought
Jets
themselves.
had one against themselves. Like it was really
Yeah.
terrible. It was. I think it was on Hard Knocks.
I
or
just
something
think
like
that the joint
Yeah.
practices are kind of a bad idea.
Yeah. The Cowboys
that being
had
said,
one.
The Falcons it's the Saints and Chargers have been doing ones for like 30 years, and they never get in any
Yeah,
trouble.
they always
They always have a good time.
Yeah, they always talk well about each other.
Yeah. Well, their owners like each other, and then the Drew Brees connection, and
Yeah.
they never play each other, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
So
true. But
they
neither do Green Bay and the Pats and Green Bay and the Bengals, and they still got in arguments.
Yeah.
They had to
That's true.
throw
Because
out
no one really
Elton
likes
Jenkins
Green
out of
Bay.
practice because he got
Elton!
into 2 different fights. They had to throw him out
That's very upsetting.
because he was playing too rough.
Aww.
So he got thrown
Poor
out.
guy.
All I'm gonna
He
say
got
is the
ejected.
Niners haven't had any big fights, but
What were their joint practices, man?
the Raiders, which is
Oh, yeah.
kind of shocking.
Why do they have joint practices with the teams they're about to play
Yeah, I
in
don't know.
preseason? It wasn't.
I don't know.
It didn't used to be like that, but this year.
Yeah, it's
Well,
usually just
also-
unrelated teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Well,
haven't.
who else did it? The Falcons used to do it with the. They used to do Titans because they were close enough.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
But I don't know. Well, you want to play somebody in the other division, you know.
Yeah.
I'm glad I get to see Mahomes because I don't think I'll ever get to see him again because
Yeah.
it'll be
Yeah,
8 more
true.
years until those kind of people come over here. So and he will be on a different team.
You think Mahomes will be in a different team in 8 years?
Yes,
Really?
I do.
That's not crazy.
I don't think so.
I think he'll try. I think everybody,
It's like
all the
Steve
major
Kerr
guys who were like
retired,
franchise
yeah.
quarterbacks, they generally kind of take 1 year and move.
But they've won
Matt Ryan,
so much.
Phillip Rivers, Brett Favre,
Tom Brady.
Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady.
Yeah, but
I mean, you could look at, like,
that's
Big Ben
really, that's
or-
really late. In 8 years, he'll be.
8 years, he'll be like 30
30
something,
34.
He's locked in for the next 7 or 8.
He is the highest paid Texas Tech player.
That's good to know.
I know.
That's good to
I know.
But,
You're never gonna believe who's Weber State's.
Damian Lillard.
Oh my god. You guys got it. You're crazy.
But
I bet you get 100 on
Yeah.
the grid every day.
yeah,
Oh,
other than that, we haven't had any fights. Luckily no injuries really. But we don't know who our backup quarterback is. Like
We
Yes,
meaning
you do.
the
It's-
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not on the team.
we,
Um,
no,
Josh
well, I mean,
Johnson?
It's Sam
Josh Johnson?
Darnold. It's Sam
It
Darnold.
might be Sam Darnold, which is
Who is
That's
Josh
not
Johnson going to play
bad.
for this year? He needs to break the
I don't even
record.
think he's on the team.
He needs to break the record.
For
He's
20
one away
games?
from Josh McCown for
20
most
teams?
teams played.
How many? 20?
No, he's at 11. Josh
Okay.
McCown. Well, if you
Yeah.
count all his stints, I think he did 12.
Off topic because Ethan's here. I want to talk about this. Do we think Justin Fields is going to be a top 15 quarterback this year? Yes. or
Fantasy, 100%.
No.
Real life, no.
Real life.
No.
Real
But I
life,
think in the
he'll be top 15.
NFC league with all his rushing yards,
Oh, he's going to be great in fantasy.
I think-
I think he's a
I think-
top 10 fantasy running.
I think he'll be
quarterback.
I think he can be a top 15 quarterback this year. You don't think
No.
it's possible?
No.
I think
it's not
he could be
possible at all.
top. I think he could be top like 8 in the NFC, but the AFC is so stacked.
He's
Let me look at
not-
my quarterback.
Okay,
list real quick.
here,
not good.
You know what I have a good prediction for? Lions. Lock them into the playoffs. They're ready.
They'll probably win
They're
the
ready to
division.
break through.
They'll
Yeah.
probably win the division.
And Vikings.
I'm just so scared that with
No.
everyone hyping them up, what if they go like 8 and 9 and
I
they
don't think
make
so.
the
They're gonna go
playoffs?
Jared
7 and
Goff
10.
is a real quarterback.
Oh, you're talking about the Lions?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They're a
No,
real
what
quarterback.
if
I think
they
they're a
get
10-win
hyped up?
team this year. I think they go 10-7.
yeah, but what if they're?
I think
what
that's the cap for the NFC North is 10 wins.
if, big prediction?
It's not good.
Big prediction. I have
They'll
the
beat the
Dolphins.
South.
Yeah, anyone.
I have the Dolphins losing over 10 games.
That's
Are you counting on Tua
That's just-
retiring
That's just
midseason?
ice
No.
cold.
And just
They have like the,
If Tua
they
retires
have like a top
midseason-
5 roster in the
Did you
NFL.
see
Let me
Skylar
explain.
Thompson
Let
go?
me explain.
That guy cooked in preseason. He went like 14 for 15 with like 200 yards and 3 touchdowns.
let me explain. I see
He
the
almost
Dolphins.
won a playoff game.
Yes.
Almost.
I see the Dolphins like the 2021 Raiders. The 2021 Raiders made the playoffs. I'm pretty sure almost.
Who's
made
their
the
Hunter
playoffs.
Derek Carr broke his leg.
No.
No. He's talking about the one where they beat the Chargers at the very end of the season.
2022, wherever
and
they
made it to
barely
the
made
playoffs.
the playoffs,
Yeah.
and then
Oh, they
the
lost to
next
the Bengals.
year, and then
Mhm.
they added Devontae Adams, and everyone thought they were going to be really
Yeah,
good.
and then they just stopped throwing to Hunter Renfro, and then everything went downhill.
And
Here's a photo of Hunter Renfro
Hunter
bringing
Renfro
Brussels
and
sprouts.
Darren Waller got hurt, and their defense got significantly worse.
Okay, Jalen Ramsey just got injured.
They got Chandler
For-
Jones.
until like week
Yeah, but
4 or
they
something
still
like
got
that.
they got worse, and they were in one of the toughest divisions in football. I'm just saying.
And the Dolphins aren't.
You know
The
what I'm
Bills,
saying?
the Jets.
Okay, you're
the
right.
Pats.
Yes, you're
I
right. But
think
they're
they
not
could.
going to lose
I
over
think they
10
could.
games. That's
You know what I think?
ridiculous.
You know what I
they could
think?
go 6-11.
I think
really-
that every team.
That's ridiculous. How
That's
do you
my hot
have?
take. That's my hot take.
That's a ice cold. How do you have them going 6-11, but you're like the Bears? Oh yeah, they could be 8-9. No, they cannot.
You know what I'm gonna say? I think that
They're
every.
awful.
Yeah, who they're gonna lose to? The Packers.
They're gonna
this is
lose at
content.
least once to the Packers.
Okay.
I guarantee you, opening night, Green Bay beats them. I'll get a.
This
I'll-
is a Twitter clip.
I will buy a Justin Fields jersey.
right now. Right now.
Okay, I'll buy a Justin Fields
Good.
jersey.
I want to see you wear it every time the Bears play the Packers.
No, that's
You
okay.
redraft
That's-
it, Cole
for this
Kmet.
year.
That's
For
too
this.
much.
Sorry.
I would love to have Cole Kmet. Let me
Sorry. Let me take that back.
He's a great
And
guy.
When the Bears play the Packers for the second time, you have to wear it.
Sure, if they win, but they're not going to.
Now let's look.
Oh.
The Bears. Let's see. They play the Packers.
Want to talk
right?
about Bob Huggins?
Hold up, let's just talk about the Bears quickly. They play the Packers, right? I want to do a little schedule thing with you.
Loss.
Loss. Let's say they lose, right? The Bucks. They're not losing to the Bucks.
They
1-1.
might.
They're not going to lose to
Baker-
the Bucks.
The Bucks are not.
The Bucks are
The Bucks
terrible.
have a good defense.
Bucks are okay.
They have a
Bucks
good
are like
defense.
Bucks might win the South this year.
People
They
are
might.
really sleeping.
Yeah, but the
I
South
feel like
is
they're.
terrible.
It's still every
think-
team in the
okay.
AFC East is better than the South or the North
Let's
in the
just
NFC.
let's just give this one to the Bears, right? Chiefs. They lose into the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Not even close. Broncos.
They might win that.
It's in,
The Broncos
Where
kind of
is it?
self-destruct.
in Chicago.
How was it in Chicago? Oh, the Bears?
Yes.
Oh no, I would
Bears,
give it to the
Broncos.
Bears. I give it to
Okay,
the Bears.
Bears.
For 2
Bears
wins.
Commanders.
Commanders.
Commanders, yeah,
Sam Howell.
and they have a defense.
Sam Howell was so bad.
Yeah, they lost to them last year.
Yeah, they
Okay,
lost
sure.
like bad too.
2-3.
Commanders are not that
Vikings.
bad.
I watched
2-4.
I watched that awful Thursday night game on Tyler's flip phone.
Yes, I remember. That was,
Raiders?
probably the worst game last
That was
year.
Raiders.
he paid $134 million to put
They're
that on
beating the
Prime.
Raiders.
They-
Is it
Jimmy
in Las
G.
Vegas? Okay, fine. You can have that
They're
one.
beating the Bears. Chargers are losing the Chargers.
No.
3-6. Saints. I think they're beating the
Saints.
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 Saints
I think
might.
they're beating the Saints.
Camaro will be
That's
back.
a good game.
Even
That's
still,
that's actually a
Is
good
it
game.
is in the Superdome?
Yes.
Saints.
Saints,
Okay.
but it'll be a really good game.
Then they play the Panthers.
They might win that.
Could go either way. It depends on how good Bryce Young is, but I'd say Bears.
Bryce
I
Young
feel like
played
they just
say
shocking
Bears.
beating on
well.
the
I'd
Bears.
say
they have a
Bears.
much improved line, which is anything.
That's
they
a
could-
stretch.
No,
An
I mean last year
improved
The
they
Bears,
O-line.
they
Yeah,
drafted
but-
one
They
guy.
drafted one guy.
I'm pretty sure they brought in a couple more just
No.
for
Who?
their backup. I can't remember their names right now, but I've heard I've
Oh
been
wait,
seeing
they
a lot.
brought in Jay Daniels. What's his name? Some guy from the Panthers or something.
James.
They've brought in a couple people.
Yeah.
He's
they
just a
brought in
really,
some guy.
really big.
Yeah,
I think
bulky
Justin
guy.
Fields is going to have a better season, and I think DJ Moore is going to be a good asset.
The only way
to
that I
have.
think they get anywhere near good is if the screens keep working, because they're able to make it so that Fields can have a passing game without having to be a quarterback.
Yeah, and
And it
throw
works.
Throw it behind DJ Moore.
3
on
for
the screen
3,
pass,
140 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Let's just see. Because what if he
They're gonna have to throw a
What if
screen
he's
play
better?
every single play. He can't throw more than like 20 yards.
One of my favorite plays was it last year that they played I think it was last year they played the Steelers, right? I think they played cross-conference Steelers, and
Maybe.
the Steelers just kind of sat around all game and they did nothing on offense either, but Justin Fields just couldn't get anything past their D-line, and
Yeah.
it was just an awful game at like 11 o'clock, and nobody watched it.
I don't remember that. But
I think it was Steelers.
Well, let's just see this. Fields ends the season off playing the Browns, the Cardinals, the Falcons, and the Packers.
Okay, he
Okay.
wins 2 of those,
the Browns.
At least 2 of those. The Browns are not that.
and he'll beat the
Deshaun
Cardinals.
Watson
He'll beat the
has
Cardinals.
The
He'll beat the
Browns aren't that
Cardinals.
good. The Browns. Are
I don't
pretty
know.
good.
Maybe I haven't watched that much. But
Deshaun
Deshaun
still has it in him.
Yes.
From what
And their
I've seen
defense
from
is still
Deshaun-
He has a
pretty
full
solid.
year of practice now.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
hope.
he's gonna
I mean,
be. He's gonna. He can't.
He
be
was
Yeah.
an NFL
He can't be
leading.
much worse.
He was the leading
Yeah.
passer
He was
in the
7
NFL in
he had
2019.
in 2019, and then he,
Yes, most passing yards.
made a bit of a mistake, or
We
a
just-
lot of a mistake.
A lot of yeah.
Yeah,
A little
about 24
serial,
times,
yeah.
like 24. To be exact, yeah.
Yeah. And now he can't.
They
Throw
still
a
could beat
football
the
that well.
Bears.
Who's
so
their backup?
I just.
It's the guy that hurdled us here this year.
The
It was
UCLA
Dorian Thompson Robinson who did that hurdle
The
against
DTR?
us. Yeah.
Yeah,
He looks pretty good.
He
he
looks
looks
really
great.
good.
Yeah.
I think he could.
And
If
also-
they
they
put
have
him in, he's winning like 45% of his games.
I wouldn't say that. They have a receiver that also looks pretty good too. I forget his name.
Elijah Moore.
No, one they drafted this year. I can't think
I
of his
don't
name
know.
right now.
Oh,
Amari Cooper.
no.
Okay.
Elijah Moore.
But
Jakeem Grant.
listen, I want you to. Can we pull up the Bears defense and tell me if you know anybody other than?
Why do you hate Justin Fields?
Because he can't throw the ball. He can't throw the ball.
Okay,
He
but you're not
just
even giving him a
can't.
chance.
Why am I supposed to give? What do you mean give him a chance? He started for 2 years. He's played for 2 years. He's won 6 games. 6. And I don't want to hear he's had a bad team. He's had a decent defense. Now he's an awful
He's
defense.
winning as many as Cooper Rush.
Yes, he's won 6 games. He's 6-21 or something like that. 6-20, I think. How are we gonna keep defending him?
I don't know. You give him a third year.
That's a
Like,
little
what-
generous.
In the NFL,
Third
that is
year?
so generous.
Really?
3
yes.
years, yes.
The only guy we did that to was Josh Allen.
Maybe I'm more of an NBA guy, so I don't understand. But Anthony Bennett played for like 5 years in the NBA.
He did not. He was out of the league in 2014.
Was he actually?
Yes.
He was done.
He played for the Cavs, the
But
Nets.
Justin Fields is not
he
the
came
first one
back
with it.
for the Nets.
Look
in, I
at
think
look
in
at
2018.
look at Zach Wilson.
Maybe.
Zach
Something like
Wilson
that.
had one bad year. They kicked him to the curb and traded for Rodgers. Fields has had all the time to
Okay,
develop
Zach Wilson.
anything.
He rushes. What does Zach Wilson do?
A running back rushes.
What is? Oh, really?
A running back
Running back
rushes.
They're
most
running a
replaceable-
wildcat every play.
Also, a running back. The running back position is the most replaceable in the NFL.
This has nothing to do with him being a good quarterback. I'm not talking about running backs being
Okay, so you're telling me rushing ability has nothing to do with being a quarterback?
No, okay.
Okay, so then he has rushing ability. He has
You have
promise
to-
in the passing game, and you have nothing to.
There's no promise.
What are you talking
He's
about?
the least accurate starting quarterback in the NFL.
For your
It's not
consideration.
something I'm making up. You can look it up. He's the worst, the least accurate NFL quarterback in the league out of all the stars. I'm pretty sure Zach Wilson was better.
I'm
I'm
pretty
pretty
sure.
sure.
I think you're right.
Yes. He is not an accurate passer. He is probably the best rushing quarterback in the league other than Lamar right now. But other than that, there's
There's nothing.
nothing else to like.
60%.
You're running a
60%
wildcat every
last year.
play.
16%
60.
shooting?
Wheel of loud.
Yeah, you kind of are.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He was passionate right
Yeah,
now.
I figured I heard about like
Yeah.
the NFL stuff, and
Yeah.
I was just like,
No.
yeah, we're also recording something.
Okay,
Oh,
my bad,
no,
my bad.
Sorry, that's my fault.
Oh yeah. No, thanks.
This is all your fault. 'Cause he's
You
terrible.
got him riled up with
I
Bears.
did. Because
60%.
We're gonna be on the back of another podcast
60%,
Yeah.
2,300 yards.
awful.
17 touchdowns.
now. You know what's
11
really, really
interceptions.
embarrassing?
What?
Bears have never
And-
had a 4,000-yard passer in their franchise
Not even
history.
Jay Cutler?
They're the only one that have never done
And
it.
he had 1,100 rushing yards.
That's phenomenal.
They haven't had a
Great.
3,300-yard
He's a great. I am
passer
not
since
doubting
2015.
his rushing ability, but he can't throw an accurate pass.
60% isn't that bad. Is it?
It's not that great. That's like on
That's
level
like
with
a
like Cam
college.
Newton. Yeah.
Cam Newton was better than that. He
Cam
probably
was-
did 65.
Cam, his MVP year, I'm pretty sure was 59%. Pretty
Oh,
sure.
So it can be done.
Cam at least threw more than 15 yards
Yes.
down the field.
And Cam won games before he won an MVP.
But you're telling me it can't be done. It's a
Okay.
possibility.
Yes, there's been successful
Hey,
rushing
hey.
quarterbacks, and Lamar now can
Bobby
throw a better
Douglas.
ball.
That's your homework. You're gonna look up Bobby Douglas.
Isn't this the dude you wanted to talk about earlier?
No.
Oh.
Bobby Douglas, 1970s quarterback when they had Walter Payton on their team. He was the first run-first guy, and
What
he
about-
held them back
what
so
about-
hard that Walter Payton didn't make a Super Bowl
What about
until he was
Cunningham
like 38.
Posey?
What?
Cunningham Posey. Was that his name? The dude you posted on your story the other
Cum
day?
Posey?
Yeah, Composey.
Cumberland Posey?
Oh,
Frank Compazzo?
Facundo.
Yeah, don't disrespect
Yeah,
the
Lionel
Argentinian
Messi.
guy.
We're not
Okay,
talking
all right,
about-
all
we're
right.
not
I got a
talking about
segment.
Pesci.
All right, calm
Pesci.
down, calm down,
We're not talking
fellas.
about
I got a
Pesci.
segment.
Oh, right.
We got to decide how these names are spelled.
Oh, let's
There's
do it.
there's a lot of different ways people spell names.
we
What's
are
the
going to
correct way?
Scream. They're gonna come
It
back
is
here and be like,
11:30,
"Shut
by
up."
the way, so.
Yeah.
All right, we're deciding the correct names.
All right. Oh, I thought you were gonna spell my last name wrong for sure.
Did I?
No, you didn't.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's a total guess.
Yeah, the network's not been working here.
Okay.
That's fine.
Well, in this case, John or John? J-O-N,
It's the first
J-O-H-N.
With an
It's- Yeah.
I think so too. John is just.
Second one's
This
like
is like a
never seen
Jonathan.
the second one. No.
Maybe.
That's what Jonathan is.
Jonathans are called
John
Joe.
Bostic?
I have a best friend back home. His name
Jonathans
is
are not called
Jonathan.
Joe. You're
I call him
crazy.
I
Joe
would
all
not
the time.
say that either.
I call him Joe all the
I
time.
have a friend named Josiah. I call it Joe, but not.
Joseph?
Jonathan, you don't call Joe?
No, you
Oh,
call him
I
John.
call my best friend Jonathan
I
Joe
Johnny.
back
I want to
home.
hang out
That's
with
Johnny's.
Jonathan.
That's Johnny's whole name is Jonathan.
That's a Johnny thing, also.
Really?
I'd say John is
Johnny
Johnny before
Johnny, my slug.
Well, like Joe, like
His full name is
J-O,
Jonathan
not
Quick.
J-O-E. If
Hmm?
that makes sense.
Okay. Well, all right. Now here's a tough one. Sean or Sean?
Second
S-H-A-W-N or S-E-A-N?
The first one.
I
just
honestly
looks
like
weird
the
to me.
new one with like the Sean Bradley type thing. Sean
Sean
Kemp.
Payton.
No, that's that. That's
My
this one.
stepbrother's name is Sean. It's spelled.
I'm
the
going
first way.
S-H.
Mine is the
This is
second
the
way. I have a
correct way,
cousin
but
with the
this
second
makes
one.
more sense
I'd
to
say
me.
first.
I
I see
like
the second one. I
Sean
think of
better.
Jackson Shaw.
I also
Okay.
see the first one. I see
I see Scene.
Sion. Or something like
I
that.
know it's Gaelic, but still.
Gaelic.
Yes, the Irish.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't know
yeah.
that.
I'd say the first one.
I'd say the second one.
I like
I'd
the
say-
second one, honestly. I like the new thing because
Jackson
you can't
Shaw.
mispronounce that.
Sean.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't mispronounce this. You can mispronounce that.
Well, maybe people should learn. I did have somebody who used to say Sean Payton. They didn't know it was Sean. And I had to correct them. So.
Oh.
For Steven.
No, it's the
V.
second one.
V.
The
Well,
first
what about
one's
Steven?
Stefan.
Steven Jackson does that.
Oh yeah. But you like obviously the first one you comes to mind, Stephen Curry. No one says Stephen
Sure.
Curry.
Is
Sure,
it spelled
people
the same
have.
way?
Yeah, it's spelled the same.
That's.
But it's
Stefan's
also the
first
same as
name.
Steven Jackson. Or
Well, I'd
It's-
say
don't
still
they
the
say
second
Stefan
one.
Jackson?
no.
If we're gonna apply the
Really?
same logic we did as last time, you can't mispronounce the second one.
I agree. I think
Unless you
Steven's a
said
better way of
Stefan.
doing it.
But
With the V.
Steven is a completely different name than Steph. Than Stefan.
Yes.
No, they're spelled the same though.
Yeah,
It's
but
just,
I don't know.
I like Steven with the V. I like it better.
I don't know. When I
'Cause
see
this-
the
there's
first
a lot of
one,
confusion
when
with
I
this
see the
one.
first one, I think Stefan, and when I see the second one, I think Steven. I don't think they're
Yeah,
the same.
I
name
think,
in my-
okay, I'm with you here. I think that we go Steven with the V.
First one.
Do we like the Y in Jason?
Look, Tatum popularized it. No, I'm kidding, but
I think
I
it's
know
a
it was
little
popular
much.
before.
I think that there's
I
no
think-
problem with this, with normal Jason. I think that's a name you can't mispronounce anyways.
Yeah.
This one, I think you're
either
doing too much.
works.
If you have a Y in it, you have to really pronounce it like Jason.
Yeah.
But if it's a no, then it's just Jason.
I like the
No,
first one.
no.
I like the first
We're
one.
not doing
Why do
that.
you say that? Like,
No, because you pronounce the J, the Y.
Jason.
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 If you're really
make it like
emphasizing
these.
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum. He's only 19 years old. Keep going. Let's keep going.
Okay. Here's
No.
one I will die on my
No,
hill on. It's
stop.
Jeff.
That's just the worst.
J-E-F-F? Oh,
That's
yeah,
literally
yeah.
just says Jared Goff. You just got the word.
Yeah. No, but the one I
Autocorrect.
think it's weird is Jeffrey.
Yeah,
Or
with
it's
the
spelled
G.
like that, yeah.
That's the French
I-
way of
I've
doing
never
it.
heard-
I gotta be honest,
Jeff.
I've never seen a Jeff with a G.
That's
I always-
Jeff Swaim.
Whenever I see the second
Joffrey
one,
Laverne. I
Yeah,
say Joffrey's name is
whenever
Joffrey Laverne.
whenever I see the second one, I think Geoffrey.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
I
I'm
think it's
totally a
really
Jeff,
funny.
but this is a real way of spelling it that people do.
Yeah.
Never seen that before.
Caitlin. This is a tough one.
Crap.
Caitlin. I like the last one.
I'm leaning
that's,
towards the last
That's
one.
Caitlyn.
I like the middle one, but I think there's an I there instead of the E.
You could be right, but
Not the first one.
I don't.
The
think,
first one,
I think
that's how
it's
Caitlin
I'd
Clark does
say
it.
the middle one.
Really?
yeah, that's the way she spells it.
I say the middle one because I think the A and then the I is kind of weird.
Here's my thing with this. I think that the Caitlyn here The reason that you know Kate as a name is because of Catherine. This is a
Yes.
completely different name that
Could
you're
be.
using the abbreviation for.
Maybe.
This is a completely original name. I like Caitlin the way it's spelled here with the Y-N at the end and then the Kate, because you can't mispronounce that either.
I don't know.
You
Looking
wouldn't-
at these
you wouldn't
names,
call
now
it
it's kind of
Caitlin
confusing.
Kate. No, never mind.
You would
Never
call him
mind.
Kate, yeah.
Yeah. Then maybe it's the middle one. Then maybe
I think
Nico's
it's
Maybe
the
it
right.
middle
is.
one, yeah.
It might be the
Maybe
middle
Nico's
one.
right.
All right.
Like you.
This is 5 different
Like
ways
how?
that genuine NFL players spell their names.
However MJ spells it.
It's the first one. I used to think it was the second one, and then I realized I was spelling
Sure.
it wrong. And yeah, it's the first one.
Okay. I agree. It's Michael A.E. I like the X.
No. the
I
X is
think
the
it's...
worst.
No, it sounds right, though.
No,
No,
he's just
CK.
he's been.
I knew a Jackson as
he's
a kid.
been.
I knew a Jackson with an X.
You've been
and I hate him.
brainwashed by.
I
Jackson.
knew a Jackson. He was great. The smartest kid I ever met.
Oliver, you've been
I know
He's
Brainwashed.
16 years old in college.
Oliver.
Whoa,
At Colorado School
Oh,
of Mines.
he's college.
No,
with
still.
Jackson with the CK. He's pretty
Oliver,
cool.
you've been brainwashed.
But
by
that's a
Jackson.
last name.
It is no. I mean, yes, but no.
This is not a
Lamar
last
Jackson.
name. I like...
I see the argument. I see the argument for
I don't
sure.
like the X.
I like the X.
Because I can see why people would say, "Oh, let's put an X there," because Jackson.
It
is
makes the
also
sound.
very well. Jackson's also a very common last name.
Yes.
So
you want to make a... You know,
make
you
it
don't
a
want to
little
be...
different.
And there's not a lot of like last names that are like clearly last names that are used as firsts.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one I can think
Like
of,
Paul-
Anderson
like think of Paul
Silva, Anderson Cooper.
I think Paul George.
You don't say like Smith somebody.
Bro
I
has two
have-
first
yeah.
names.
I have 4
Matt
first
Ryan.
names.
Oh, you
Ethan,
do?
Daniel, Calvin, Harold.
That is
Harold
impressive.
Those
Oh,
are
yeah.
all
Yeah, it is.
first names.
Those are impressive.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I got 2 legitimate legal first names. I'm Morgan Oliver.
And Oliver.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Both of them are
Oh,
legitimate
Phil.
legal first.
X. It's an X.
X or Z?
I have a friend with an X. That's an X.
Yeah, I think it's
Xander.
X.
Because his real name is Alexander.
Okay.
So you want X.
Yeah.
But then the Z, there's no big
The Z
confusion.
is clearer, but I like that.
I like the X is
Oh.
traditional.
What are you
X.
blabbering?
Okay.
I said. You actually you want to use X there.
Brian or Brian with the Y or an I?
Brian Griffin, the first one.
Okay, I agree, but
Y's are
that's
weird.
pretty
The
common.
second one's not
That's
crazy.
pretty
You should get rid of
common.
Y out of the alphabet.
Whenever I see the second one though, I like for some reason I just think of like a frat guy. Like a
Brian.
blonde frat
That's
guy.
kind of a weird thing. I feel like this is an older name.
Yeah, I
No, the
I
first
guess
one
like
I
people
think
in
is
their
an older
30s.
name.
have an uncle named Brian.
I also
Yeah.
have an uncle named Brian.
With it, Carson with an O or an E?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Big O.
I don't know.
No, I'm gonna go E.
I think the E sounds. I think the E looks
I
a
love
little better.
Carson
Plus,
Edwards.
this looks like a last
Nuh-uh.
name. That does not.
Yeah, Ken Carson.
This is a different last name.
Carson. That's how it's read. Carson. I like Carson.
Why?
I'm saying it
Why is your
differently.
voice like super firm when you say voice? You're like Carson.
When the one he
When it's the
likes,
other one,
it
you're
goes firm.
You're like Carson. Like well.
Carson.
I think they're both good.
I
I
can't
honestly,
say
Carson.
I
I
side
know
with
when
the
you- when you
E
think
because
Carson.
Let's get
because
rid of this. Let's get rid of the C. Make it arson.
Arson. Okay.
Oh no.
Arson Banger.
Oh.
Okay, it's not
Who's
the middle
Chris?
two. It's not the middle two. It's the first one.
I don't mind CRIS.
No.
But you don't see a lot of CHs in names. I do like that.
CRIS?
That's how Chris Carter does it.
Who?
Hall of Fame receiver on the Vikings.
Oh, right.
Yeah, first one.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know that.
I would agree. All right.
He's a
1L or
should
2L?
know.
So sorry.
1L or 2L? And Philip.
to Philip.
You know what I looked at when I looked it up and looked
No.
up like
Oh yes.
birth records? When I looked up birth records, Philip is like the 227th most popular name
Really?
all time in the U.S.
I've heard of
with
Philip
2
Phillips.
L's, and then 231st for 1L. They're like neck and neck. I don't mind the 1L,
Is
but
Philip
it's
Phillips that
He's a singer. He won
Yeah,
the American
singer.
Idol. You know?
is what's his spelled?
the last names with 2 L's.
L's.
But the first one.
I know a
I
Phil.
think the first one.
I think this works better because you could
Phil
do
Phillips.
because Phil
Yes.
only has 1L.
I'm going second.
I think because Phil only has 1L.
You just want to do what I'm not doing.
No, you're
I knew a
hater.
Philip just now though on my
2
team.
L's.
Okay,
Philip.
it does sound.
Felipe.
It makes a little
Felipe
symmetry
is-
there with the eyes.
Felipe spelled with an
It's like
F.
nearly a
And
palindrome too. It's like nearly a palindrome.
You use a-
You know what that means?
Use-
That means you get spelled the same way backwards and forwards.
Okay.
Oh,
that
I
next,
didn't
So it's
know that was
kind
a
of
word for
close.
that next one is second. I don't.
Dante or
Dante?
Dante?
Dante. It's an A.
Dante.
I'm going A because that's
Okay.
the like Greek way of
Donkey.
doing it.
Yeah.
That's like the original.
Awful.
But this isn't a bad one. I don't mind it with an L.
Donkey.
Prefer the second one.
Get out of my swamp.
Lindsay.
It's middle.
With this
also-
Lindsay?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd also say the middle.
I'm going last.
That makes, yeah.
I think it's a. All three of these are actually used by people, though.
Yeah,
It's
I've
a
seen
pretty
them all.
controversial name.
What? It's been
Like
like that
on
the
you?
whole time.
No, it's been going on my thing. I
First
would have checked
one.
that. Brandon or
Let's go,
Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
Just kidding.
Cooks.
I like the O.
The only
That's the original
I
way of
know is
doing it.
Brandon
Cooks.
Cooks, yeah.
But it's not a bad name.
say
It's not a
first
bad
one.
way of spelling it.
Brandon Jennings.
I knew a Brandon in high school.
I like
He
the O.
wasn't very cool. He was kind of racist.
Let's go.
Nope, not let's go,
Typical
Brandon.
Yep.
Let's go,
Typical
Brandon.
Alan
Adam.
or Alan?
Just
Mm.
make
The
me-
second one is a last name.
Makes me think of Tim Allen, and I hate Tim Allen.
Why
He's
do you
the-
hate Tim
He's
Allen?
the worst actor ever.
The Santa Claus 3 went hard.
He is horrible. And as Woody, oh, he's just the worst. I hate him.
You hate Woody?
I,
Dude, that was
I
Tom
hate, I
Hanks.
hate. Oh, sorry. Oh, Buzz. He was Buzz. He was
Oh,
Buzz.
okay.
I hate. I
To infinity.
hate.
The Santa Claus
I
3
hate Tim
was
Allen.
fantastic with
And he
Jack
snitched
Frost.
on his friends for doing coke. I hate Tim Allen. Look it up.
Oh,
Look it up.
maybe that's a good thing.
I hate.
I'll
him
go with
so much.
A-L-A-N.
I'm
No,
going
he
out.
sold his friends out while he was doing coke, and he sold his friends out. Yeah, and I just don't like him. He's a terrible actor. He has
He's
no
not
emotions.
a terrible actor.
His
You
main
hate
emotions
Buzz?
like this. That's it.
You hate Buzz?
He has no
You hate
talent.
Buzz.
There's no talent. I used
What do
to
you mean
love
there's no
Buzz.
talent?
There's no
Is
emotion.
Tim
in his
Allen a
voice.
real actor?
Dude,
He is not.
are we serious?
I hate Tim.
Let's
Allen.
just go into
You
the
not know
poll.
voice actors?
No, what's a voice act? No. Have you ever seen them act in any other
The
movie
Santa
other
Claus.
That
than
doesn't
that?
matter.
The Santa Claus.
Yes, it does.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie.
You're-
But also,
oh,
he could
oh,
be a
okay.
good voice actor. Dude, I haven't watched a lot of movies. I have a lot of movies on my list I need to watch.
Yeah, okay. Maybe he was
I watched
okay
Whiplash
as
last night.
Buzz.
Whiplash was really good.
Okay.
Yeah, Whiplash is
I
really
remember
good.
when
Yeah.
Jackson came over and saw that.
Try to watch.
Oh,
Try to
God.
watch any other Tim Allen movie other than Toy Story.
Okay, but
The Santa Claus.
Okay,
he
yeah,
could be a
he
good
was
okay
voice
in that.
actor.
He was good as Buzz, I guess, but that's a kid's movie.
So what?
There's not really a lot of I don't know.
He's
Oh,
right
it's a
next to
kid's movie.
Tom
Yeah.
Hanks.
It's a kids movie, so it
It's
doesn't
him
count.
and Tom Hanks
Yeah.
as the co-stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, he's a
Yeah.
terrible.
All right.
I just,
all right.
you know.
So that's why I can't do the E. I want
Just
the A.
because he has a kids movie, you know, he's not a good actor.
Yeah,
It doesn't
okay.
count.
Oh, this guy probably couldn't win the Super Bowl this year.
However, Dwayne Wade spells it.
He does it wrong. He puts the
I-
Y
no,
before the A. That's
the A
Dwayne.
No.
That's
No,
Dwayne.
The second one is just all messed up.
Dwayne, as opposed to
The way I
Dwayne.
learned it was from Dwayne
I-
Wade.
Okay, he's the
So
only
that's
guy who
why.
spells it that way.
Really?
What about
Mhm.
Dwayne Haskins? Who couldn't win a Super Bowl?
That's not.
He couldn't win a Super Bowl.
All right, Colin,
Colin.
relax.
Yeah, that is insane. That is insane.
He's right.
He should be fired. Did you see that list he made
Mhm.
of the top 10 quarterbacks and wide receiver duos?
Yes. No,
Number-
no, I didn't.
Number 2 was Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley. They have not even played a snap together.
Wait, so who else?
Let me
Did he
pull
have?
up the list. Oh my god.
He had like Carson Wentz on there too, which is like he did win
He
one.
might have.
What's the problem with that though? Calvin Ridley's a great wide
Don't,
receiver.
Calvin Ridley's
don't
a
try to
good
be the
incoming
devil's.
guy.
They have not. He hasn't played a snap in
Doesn't
over a
matter.
year.
He's not the number
Have
two
you not
duo.
seen his training clips?
Dude,
This dude
He's
looks.
not
he's
the number
over
two
Pat
duo.
Mahomes and Travis Kelsey.
Okay, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 1 was Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase.
Okay, that's not crazy.
2 was Trevor Lawrence, Calvin Ridley.
Okay.
Where's
Number
Tyreek
3?
and Tua?
Wait, is this what he's
Oh,
projecting?
number 9. You know who's number
Josh Allen
you know
and
who,
Diggs.
hold up.
You know who was number 5? Derek Carr and Chris Olave.
Who is Allen and Diggs?
Hold up, back up. Is
6.
this for next
He's
year?
below Olave and
Is
Carr.
this for next year?
Yeah, it's for this
Yeah.
season.
Like it
In the
prediction?
NFL today.
yeah.
No,
Okay,
just in the
I
NFL
can
today.
see that happening.
Not
No.
over Mahomes and Kelsey, and not
Oh, no,
over
no, no, no,
Rodgers
no.
or Wilson
Or Allen and Diggs.
or Allen and Diggs.
Or Tua and,
Roger-
and Tyreek.
I wouldn't even put them over Cousins and Jefferson
That's a good point.
because like Ridley's good, like he looked
Ridley's
amazing
really
He's not
in camp,
Jefferson.
Really is
but
really
he's
good.
not
He's not Jettis.
any of
Really,
these guys.
Ridley, when healthy, in my opinion, is like a top 15 wide receiver.
Okay, he's not Jettis. Jettis, I would
That's
argue,
not
is
crazy.
the best in the
No.
game right
Justin
now.
is the
That's
best,
not
but then
crazy.
you got Kirk.
Okay.
But Kirk still serves.
Oh.
Kirk's a top 10 quarterback.
Ann or Ann? We go with E or no E?
Shoot.
First.
Yes, first.
I'd go with E as well because that's the traditional way, but
Yeah.
I don't mind that either.
Ann.
Annie.
A-N-N, two.
First.
The second one,
First.
definitely.
Nico
First.
Goodrum.
First. I'm not Greek. First.
Nico with a C is just
We're not there with it.
stupid.
No, it's and I don't
Just
want to
go
see.
by Nick.
No,
Nico.
everyone that's Nicholas with or without the H, unless they're Greek, goes by Nico with a C.
What about
no
Nico
one goes by
Goodrum?
Nico
He's
with a
definitely
K.
not
And I
Greek.
saw someone once on my Starbucks order put Nico with 2 Ks, and I go, where?
Nico
anywhere
Amalana
to
has
see
a
that?
K.
Nico's on. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Nico Amalana's. Yeah, but then again, isn't
Doesn't he speak for the Nikos?
Does.
Isn't he the
speaks for-
Nico
he speaks for the
representative?
NBL.
Ah.
He speaks. He does speak for Nikos, but I don't think the spelling correct.
Speaks for.
He's my idol.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, all right.
that was
so
a
we got
great
all of
pilot.
those. For your consideration, Blaze reviewers,
Yes, Blaze, please.
Yeah.
But
hit us back.
I just think before we get on that show, I think we need to have a serious talk with Ethan about his views on some quarterbacks and having
Nico, we need to talk
pure
with you about
I
hate.
think
showing
we
up
need
on
to talk
time.
about you and your time, your
Um,
cold take about the Dolphins.
It's all lies.
And
the Justin Fields.
hear me out. What if it happens? I said Miami to the Final Four. What happened?
Dude.
He was right about
that
that.
was, okay, yeah,
Unfortunately.
you thought Brock Purdy was going to be good. You're just
Brock
you,
Purdy
he
was
was.
good.
You just
He's
said
talking about?
gibberish.
You just said 2 like genuinely hot takes from him.
yeah,
That
he
I
just
got completely
Yeah.
correct.
complete luck.
Okay, so watch the Dolphins go 6-11 this year.
Yeah, I'm willing to
Bring
bet.
me my money.
Okay.
You buy a Tyreek jersey.
All right,
with that
fellas, we
logo.
got to close it up.
That's not crazy.
Thank you all for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will definitely keep on producing, and hopefully we get that Blaze show.
Yep.
I love
Thanks.
you guys.
See you later.
See ya.